David Tapp here with GV Wire with Fresno Police Officers Association president, the new president, Damon Kurtz. Damon, talking about police officer staffing levels. Currently, Fresno Police approximately 750 officers.
Yeah, that's correct. During the downturn of the recession, we went from 849 officers down as low as to 696, roughly around January of 2014. That's when the city started hiring back. And since then, we've hired more than 200 officers, and we're just now getting to 750. So we're not keeping up with our attrition rate at all.
So even though you're plus 200, you're what, minus about 100 or so?
We're still about 100 down from what we were before the recession started.
Now, when the budget came out last year, they were estimating there'd be 800 officers right now, approximately. So we're down 50. Why do you think that is?
Can't hire fast enough. Can't find candidates. It's a statewide and national epidemic now, trying to find qualified recruits. People just aren't coming to the law enforcement profession right now.
So what can be done? Obviously, it doesn't sound like just a Fresno problem. So what's the solution to get more officers? And obviously, Mayor now Brand wants up to 1,000 over the next few years.
Well, we're going to have to be creative, figure out a way to not only find a way to recruit them, to get them at least interested in becoming a Fresno police officer, but how do we keep the ones that we have? And that usually comes through some sort of pay increases or some sort of benefit increase, something that will lead people into that profession and make them want to stay.
Now, in the past, the FPOA with now former Mayor Swearingen, the relationship was a little bit rocky. But how do you see things now with Mayor Brand?
So far, so good. We've maintained a pretty good relationship with Lee as a council member, and now in his transition to mayor, and meet on a regular basis. And I see that I think we'll have a good relationship going forward.
Now, the FPOA contract with the city, how long does that run through?
It expires June 30th of this year.
Now, the last round of contract negotiations, the FPOA took a little bit of a voluntary hit. At the time, the city was still in recession. Things have improved now, so what do you expect at the next round of negotiations?
We're still doing our studies to figure out what we can expect and what our requests will be, but we have seen all the surrounding areas receive quite a bit of difference in increases. That's part of the problem for our recruitment issues, is that most of the areas have caught up to us, if not surpassed us, and that leads to people leaving and going to quote-unquote greener pastures somewhere else.
Now, finally, is there anything specific about Fresno, the city, or the relationship with the administration that makes it harder or better for recruiting to get up to at least 800?
I don't know if there's anything that makes it harder or better. It's a problem that we're seeing not just here in Fresno, but across the nation, and particularly in the larger cities, because of the political nature of what goes on in the larger cities. The issues seem to be more magnified, and so we're not only losing the new recruits coming in, you lose some of your tenured officers who would rather go to where they don't have to deal with those larger topics that are constantly in the news and be under the microscope.
All right, with FPOA President, this is David Tabb with GV Wire.